What's up, my Vina loves? This is Vina D coming to you all from Vina Tima News. It's pretty obvious at this point that I'm only watching the Real Housewives of Atlanta because Kenya Moore is on it. I've been over the show and the whole gang up, situations, and let's only show negativity and let's show the bad edits. And, I've been over the show for seasons now, but I have continued to watch because she's on it. Because no matter how busy I am, you can see my pattern. I come on here, I post a review on Wednesday, Thursday, sometimes Friday, sometimes the day before the new episode. Before it used to be like, oh my goodness, I can't wait for Sunday and the excitement. And now it's just like, I don't care. But consistency, and most of you love when I do the review, so here I am. I've been saying this forever. Kenya Moore even breed, okay? And she makes the news. So this episode was no surprise, all right? So I'm going to be jumping all over the place. But once again, she was trending, and it was a Kenya moment. Kenya and LaToya meeting up, for lunch, cute moment. They had great conversations. Before I even get deeper into Kenya and LaToya meal and their moments and what they had to say to each other, regardless of where Kenya and LaToya friendship ends, okay? I'm just happy to see our girl genuinely happy and smiling like this, okay? She's gone through so much. So whether it's a quick kiki with her friend, whatever the case might be, I'm just happy to see her in episodes where this is the look on her face. It's fun. She's smiling. Even when they talk about serious issues, they find a way to get back to laughter. You can see all of her teeth, while her real friends, as I threw up my quotations in the air, while her real friends are digging up, are throwing shade so producers can pull, old flashbacks to make her look worse. Yeah, she is with the new girl, and they're smiling. Now, we already know how things happen. People come in, they're friendly, and then they switch up on you. I'm not over here praising LaToya and saying, oh my gosh, can you finally have a new friend? Can you finally have a real friend? No, because we don't know that. LaToya is new. They're getting to know each other. I'm just celebrating the fact that we are seeing something else. She's smiling. She's having fun. I love it. I love this smiling and happy and having fun Kenya. I am definitely going to be reviewing Candy Speak on It because Candy spent almost 10 minutes talking about Kenya and LaToya friendship. And I'm like, girl, okay, what is this? Middle school jealousy? What's going on? Now, the moment Kenya pulled the underwear out of her purse, the tags was on it. It was a new episode, and I saw the tags. It wasn't hitting. There was nothing hitting about it. But if you watch Candy Speak on It, she dragged that conversation on her show about how who goes in the closet and give another woman an underwear. Now, I don't know if there were tags on it. I might have to go back and watch that part of the episode, but I hope they were not used. And who does that? What friend does that? Why would your grown friend, grown or little, whatever, but why would someone give another person something that they've worn and used? Like, the tags were hanging all over the place. Kenya even went as far as saying, this is the size I used to wear and all of that. So how could you have missed that? Once again, after she got dragged all last week, here she goes looking for another talking point on her Speak on It. So, but that's going to be a separate video. I don't even think, do y'all even care? Y'all want that video of Candy Speak on It? Or y'all don't care, okay? But I was just like, okay, I get it. LaToya was your friend, and she gravitated towards Kenya. I get it, but dang, why are we acting like middle school? Wasn't Tanya somebody else's friend? And then she became Portia's friend. I didn't see no one tripping. Where Cynthia Bailey became best friends with Eva, Kenya made a few comments here and there, but then she left it alone, and eventually she and Eva became cool, okay? And the only other reason was that Eva will disrespect Kenya in Cynthia's presence, and Cynthia wouldn't care, okay? And Kenya checked her about that, all right? And that was that. Didn't Portia diss her lifelong friend Shamia to be best friends with Phaedra? And I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, we've seen this all the time. So I don't understand this jealousy. But like I said in one of my reviews, you know, maybe Latoya, that, you know, she's young, she's new, she's, you know, fresh and new face, and she was supposed to come in, okay, and add some spice to Candy's storyline. But then she just connected with Kenya, and now Candy is talking about Riley, you know, being at school for the 150th time, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? I get it. And this is no shade to Kenny, but I get it. I get it. Now Latoya is over there. Now you don't have much to talk about. You don't really have a storyline. So I completely understand. I don't even think I have to do a separate video on the speaker day anymore, because I've said a lot about Candy. But I'm like, girl, let the jealousy go, okay? It's obvious, brand new underwear and things, sets that she could no longer wear because of her weight gain. We all saw Kenya walk video, okay, the challenge. You saw the new intro, all right? So we know Kenya is back. She's in shape and she's good, all right? And there was absolutely nothing wrong with Kenya on the show. Let's be clear, okay? However, we all want to be comfortable in our skin. So if Kenya, you know, looking the way that she looked while she was on the show, you know, didn't make her feel comfortable in her skin, then we celebrate her working hard and getting back to the Kenya that she knows and loves, because she did speak about her weight a lot, and we want people to be happy and all of that. But either way, she looked amazing. I can see through production in this show when I said, okay, it might be personal reasons, but later on in the season, we're going to see Kenya on the phone crying to her attorney. So the reason why we are not seeing Brooklyn, okay, now unless a judge have signed off on a temporary agreement, Mark Daly cannot stop Brooklyn legally from filming the show, or her face being on it, or where Kenya can take her and all of that. Legally, he can't do that. Now, if there are legal paperwork in place for that to happen, then yes. So maybe she says certain things on film, but there are more legal things going on in the background that we don't know about. I should say there's nothing legally, you know, as far as a court order in place, and Kenya does something. All it is a complaint. He can complain all he wants, and they're gonna say, go and find your attorney and go to court. That's it. Also, you have someone as toxic as Mark in your life, and you have a child to raise with this person for a long time, you don't want to do certain things to set them off. You want to get a divorce. You want to move on your life peacefully. Let's co-parent and let's be happy. Look at these birthday videos and pictures. This is what she wants. Listen, it's not that deep. We have a beautiful daughter. Let's co-parent and let's be amazing parents to her. The end. I do not want to fight with you, so you don't want certain things to happen right now. I'm just going to entertain you, but this is not what's about to happen permanently. We're going to go to court, and I'm going to fight for certain things, and certain things going to be set in place. So it's also possible that there might not have been something legally set in place, but because they were in the legal process to avoid this long, drawn-out custody battles and back and forth, I'm just going to entertain his nonsense for now. But once we get to that mediation table, or in court, as his statement said, it went to mediation, I'm going to put it on the table. Listen, you met me. I'm Kenya Moore. My daughter's face will be all over social media. And her face will be on TV and in my ads and whatever I want to do, because that's my child. You are not about to censor her. So we shall see how all of that turns out. But that's basically what I have to say about that. Kenya's marriage didn't work out, and I'm wishing them both the best. But when I say how Bravo shows the good, the bad, and the ugly, and the good with every single couple, right? They show the bad, then they show the good, they might show the bad, and also reconciliation. They did not do that for Kenya. A lot of the episodes and little videos that I saw on social media that did not make national television showed Kenya and her soon-to-be ex-husband in loving and amazing moments, but that did not fit Bravo narrative of this man can't stand you, he doesn't want you, and all of that. So we didn't see that. You see with Drew, she and her husband came on, negative, and now redemption, right? People will always remember that he left, but now let's save face. Let's do the whole we're laughing on camera. We're having a good time. We're going for a walk. I'm doing something amazing for you. I'm going to make sure I serve your friends and bow down to you and be the most amazing husband ever while they're over. Make sure Bravo cameras capture all of that, because right now I look bad, so I have to redeem myself. We got to see all of that. But as you can see, Drew is getting the fair edit. We came in, we told you our story. Now keep the cameras rolling while we laugh and behave like everything is all good. Okay? So before I jump ahead of myself, we saw Drew basically inviting the girls over at her house for dinner. Don't for a moment get it twisted that Cynthia Bailey or production didn't go back to Kenya and said, oh, by the way, Cynthia filmed with Drew and this is what she had to say about you. Absolutely, Kenya heard that, okay? Because when they do confessionals and they talk about certain moments and certain people, it's because either they have seen it or production is feeding them, okay, in this scene we're discussing, this is what happened. So absolutely, Drew meeting Cynthia Bailey for for dinner, and then Cynthia asking her about Kenya and she shading Kenya about the acting and throwing age and all that stuff in there. It got back to Kenya, okay? But Kenya is in the space where she's like, you know what? Yes, she said some stuff. She threw shade. I threw shade back, but I'm still going to give her a chance, okay? So I'm going to test her. So I'm going to test Drew. The conversations and everything between Kenya and Drew happened on camera. So for Drew to think for a second, okay, I get it, girl. I get it. Acting and reality is different, but it's not that different. You know, there's no way you're having a conversation with this woman on camera where everybody is going to eventually see, but then things she really told you a secret, as if the girls, when you find out eventually and at the reunion, have something to say about it. Like, come on, girl. It's obvious she was testing you and you failed miserably, okay? Miserably. So I will understand if Kenya had a conversation with Drew off camera, but she had it on camera about the whole private jet and all of that. So, Drew invites Kenya and the girls and Candy and everyone to her house for dinner. Since we're on the topic of Bravo feeding these girls information, and that's how they're able to go into their confessionals and clap back and all of that, Drew was already made aware that LaToya been talking about her and that, Kenya also joining and had some laughs with LaToya. Drew knows, and she knew. So all that faking for the camera, okay, whatever. She knew. And that's the reason why she did the whole party, because this was her moment to show up and show out. I'm going to be glammed up, dressed, makeup, hair, and all of that. And I'm going to tell the girls they can come as they are. This is not no, special party. Just relax. It's just dinner at my home. Nothing major, because you are not about to come to my home and upstage me. So that's the reason why she was dressed that way. So for the people who were confused, because people on Twitter were like, okay, so Drew said that she wants to show these girls another side of Hollywood, but Cynthia's pulling up in leggings with a backpack. Candy is all, even Kenya showing up without heels. Like, what's going on? That's because that's what Drew said, but she did not send like a dress code memo or anything like that. And you know what? I love it. Especially the Kenya Moore outfit. Natural edges popping and all of that. Listen, this is reality TV, right? Well, this is my reality. I don't have heels on all the time. I'm not in full glam and makeup all the time. I'm not on all the time. And even when I'm not on, sweetie, no one, okay, can come from my beauty thing. Say what you want about Kenya Moore, but we are not ever going to argue about her beauty. Hell, America voted for her beauty. she's a she's forever a part of history for that beauty in her brains, you know. But I'm just saying. So Drew little dig that she tried to throw at Kenya, yeah, girl, it fell flat because that's one thing we're not gonna do. Kenya is fly. But anyway, so that was that. Let's just fast forward. Bravo desperate narrative, okay? Now, Bravo desperation. Bravo desperation with this whole narrative of Kenya Moore and people husbands. It's just so pathetic. Kenya drinking out of her glass. She's not even paying Drew husband any mind. They cut to Drew husband walking in. Then they cut to Kenya drinking her drink and licking her lips. Like, Bravo, stop it. When Kenya Moore's soon-to-be ex-husband came on the show, friends or not, Cynthia Bailey said, I see why Kenya married him so quickly. He's very attractive. You know, Cynthia Bailey, former friend, she who shall not be named, and that girl over there, spoke very highly of her ex-husband, Peter Thomas, okay? And the list goes on and on. So the Apollo guy admitted that he lied. He basically lied for a check. The woman was fired off the show because she's a liar. Like, let it go, Bravo. And then Portia comes in and she spoke about Drew's husband physique. You know, like, oh, did he just, came back from working out? Like, just bring him out here, girl, so he could just lift things up. And she and Candy high-fiving. Okay, Twitter found her funny. But had that been Kenya, even jokes or not, there goes Kenya. Like, Portia had an entire commentary about the way her Drew husband looked. But they had the nerve to get into confessionals and then throw shade at Kenya. And then she had the nerve on the bus to say the double standards. Like, the double standards on this show. The nerve. But anyways, speaking of Portia desperation, to be in the mix with the new girls, because even Portia knows that the constant let me try to reach and have a storyline with Kenya Moore is old, it's dry. Like I always say, we don't care. So, hey, let me help myself, okay, and get in the mix with these new girls. So I'm going to go and be messy and be Sheree, the new bone collector, and take back this dry, like, not so important weird conversation back to Drew and tell her that LaToya was talking about her hair, because I know her good friend Kenya Moore is going to take it back to her. She's going to get mad at me, and that's going to lead to drama. And there you go. I'm going to have a few more episodes, and I'm going to be on screen more now that my uplift the black women and Black Lives Matter. Now that Bravo has proven the point that we like black people. We've plastered the movement all over TV. So anyone trying to sue us for racism, we're not racist. You know what I'm saying? Now that my mission is over, let me get back to being messy, okay? Now, people over there on Twitter praising Portia. Had that been Kenya Moore, they would have turned that little wig situation, conversation into this big mess. Speaking of, the double standards in Portia Williams' words, okay? So Portia brings the news back. Oh, Drew, where's LaToya? She's not here. Well, girl, she's been talking about your hair. If LaToya didn't show up because she had previous engagement, cool. But if she did not show up because she doesn't rock with Drew, I respect her. Because you are not about to talk about my hair and then come in my home and kiki in my face. So I'm sure she would have kept it real had she shown up. So I respect her for not showing up. I don't rock with you and have said some not so pleasant things. So I'm not going to come in your home and be all kiki. Now, Kenya Moore, on the other hand, it was fun shade. These girls shade each other all the time and be under the same roof. No big deal. And show up to each other events. It's a job at the end of the day. You have to show up and film. It's a job. It's not personal. Okay? So Portia couldn't just tell the story to Drew without and just stand by herself. She dragged Candy and Cynthia Bailey in this. Cynthia was like, oh Lord, here we go. It's a wig, girl. It is not that deep. Are we talking about a wig again? I mean, didn't we just go through this last season with Kenya and the other girl? Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, Portia is doing her best to have a storyline. And as I said before, Drew husband, all in the camera, being the best husband ever, the husband of the year, just trying to redeem himself. Nothing to see here. Let me put on for the camera, and once they go, we're going to go back to arguing. It's all good. No relationship is perfect. They're still together, working it out. Kudos to them. Fast forward to the whole jet conversation. Kenya was honest at the table. Kenya told Drew, and then when Drew tried to be sneaky at the table to slide it in there, Kenya said, yes, we are flying on a jet. Now, she threw her shade about some people not having, good credit, but I don't understand the issue on the bus because Kenya told everybody, I'm getting on a jet with LaToya. LaToya was her co-host of the trip. Let us also not forget we're in the midst of a pandemic. Okay, yes, I'm sure Kenya cares about her safety and all of that, but taking your young child, through the regular airport and all of that, yeah, not safe. Putting her on a bus either for that long of a trip, not safe. So for the sake of Brooklyn as well, that also made sense. So the whole thing about Drew talking about the text messages, don't tell the girls and all of that, like that was messy, because even if she said that, she still ended up telling everyone at the table that she was flying private. So it was no longer a secret, So it's like, there we go again. Drew is aware, have beef with Kenya if you want to last on this show. So I understand. I get it. Okay. Todd suggesting to Candy that she have strippers zip lining into the place. That was funny. The people saying, oh my gosh, Candy and Portia are so cool now. She's at her house. Kenya said that they all had to meet at Candy's house because that's where the bus was going to be. So they were all at the house. They had their moment and group hug and joking up or kissing each other, whatever. Let's fast forward. Dennis showed up. Candy made the same comment that Kenya Moore made, but all hell broke loose and it was dismiss yourself when Kenya made that comment. But Candy saying that, oh, there goes Dennis, and the exact same thing that Kenya said, it was no problem. And even if Portia and Kenya were cool, she would have still found a problem with that too. At this point, the lady who's screaming, we are not going to do the double standards, she's the worst hypocrite on the show. They get on the bus, they're having fun, sex conversation, whatever. Y'all watch the episode, not getting into that. Who's had a threesome, conversations like that. I don't care about it, okay? And then, of course, they find out, Milo asked the question about, where's Kenya, how she's getting there. Portia mentioned the jet. They all start talking. Now, I'm not saying that Candy needs to jump in and defend Kenya every single time, okay? Because Kenya is her own person. And I'm aware that last season, Candy got some, backlash because she kept defending Kenya. And I understand, but Portia knows Kenya's story. Candy knows Kenya's story. All of these girls know Kenya's story, excluding Drew, the new people, right? They know her story. Like someone wrote on social media, Portia got her mama, Dennis' mama, her sister mom, the cousin down the street. Like Portia got anybody. She has a whole village. Candy have a husband, okay? Portia still have Dennis in the picture who lives in the same state. Candy have a husband. Candy have a mom, her aunts. They all work for her entire village. Yes, Bravo might have covered Greece, but it was Candy and Kenya trip that they planned to go to Greece. Pilar was there. Yep, she was there. She and Brooklyn were in pictures and all of that. So this trip was girls' trip. Brooklyn just happened to be there because, like I said, yes, Kenya Village is herself and her nanny. They're a family member that comes in town to visit, but she doesn't have them at her disposal. So that's the difference between her situation and these girls. Of course, the unnecessary whining on the bus continued. For those of you who didn't watch the episode, I'm not talking about Cynthia Bailey a lot because she had a previous engagement, so she met up with the girls later on the trip. They eventually get to the house. I'm going to save everything else for my next commentary on the next episode. Whatever little moments I missed, it wasn't that important, but you got to see it. I'm wishing all of the ladies the best. I'm wishing all of you the best and take care. The end of here, my final loves. Thank you all for your love and support. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and leave this video a thumbs up. Also turn on notifications so when I do post, you're aware that I posted. And I will see you all in the comment section. Remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God bless.